Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back into the channel. It is Jim Cooley here, the voice of champions from the flight deck, the VOC flight deck. And today we are going to be doing a three-part series. In the first part, we are going to unbox this brand new Horizon Hobby E-Flite V900, 120 miles an hour, guys, on a 4S battery. It'll still go 100 plus on a 3S according to what everyone's saying. This thing can fly, man. It's basically designed after a pylon plane, a pylon racing plane. It's pretty inexpensive for how fast it goes and how sleek it is. It is $179.99. That's what I paid at my local hobby shop. I believe that's what it is on Horizon Hobby as well. Had a mishap last night. My my Dynam T28 Trojan fell down and hit my F-15 Eagle, but minimal damage actually, so that was pretty good. Just thought I'd point that out since that plane is missing from the background. So today we're going to unbox this thing, man, and basically just kind of go over it. And then in the next video, we're going to build this, and we are also going to program it as well in the third video. So we're going to do a little bit of everything. This thing will run on anything from a 3S 1800 all the way up to a 2200, and then of course the 4S as well. It does have AS3X. It does have safe, which I like. I know I don't fly my plane in safe, but I like to take off in safe. I like to land in safe. If I'm feeling like I might be losing my plane, I like to throw it in safe. So I like having the safe technology, and I love the AS3X. I had a sort of a conversation yesterday with some people in some of the groups about AS3X and whether or not it was needed, and so far I like it. So I'm happy that this has it. I'm going to bind this to my DX6 GEN3. Yeah, so this is actually, guys, going to be one of my favorite planes, I think, from what I've seen everyone talking about and the build on this and how fast it goes. It says ballistic power right on the front, up to 120 miles an hour plus. So it says easy to fly, but we'll find that out. I think that also depends on what you're doing with it. Let's get this thing open real quick. See what is inside for you guys. And let me make sure on the bottom there. That's all good. Reach in and grab it here. There's tape right over the top. So it does come in a pretty small box, about the same size as the F-15 Eagle came in. Get the box out of the way. And here's our plane, guys. Nice and tidy in this box. It does take quite a build from what I saw. Not much of this plane is put together. I don't know if it's going to require glue or what. Obviously on top here, guys, we have our manual with our bind plug, which we're going to need to bind this thing to our transmitter. That's going to be right on top, easy to get to. The thing I like about the manuals from E-Flite, Horizon Hobby, things like that, is that they really do cover quite a bit. There's some things they don't cover that I wish they would, but they do cover quite a bit. And I'm going to show you guys kind of an idea of what I'm talking about that I really like from these particular. So they're always going to give you your programming for your controller, your transmitter, whichever one you're using, and they break it down, DX6i, DX7S, DX8, and then they go down into the new generations all the way up to the DX20. So I like that. Is one of the things I really like about this. Tells you how to set your dual rates, all that stuff. I always set my dual rates high at 100, low at 70. I do that on pretty much any plane. That way I have a little bit more control of when I want to get crazy acrobatic and when I don't. The other thing that it does show that I like a lot is this page here, where it's going to show you exactly factory settings, where to put your servo arms, your push rods, onto your horns. So it shows it from both ends. It's going to show you where to put it on the servo arm itself and then the horn. So I like that as well. It does have that new safe, I don't know how new it is, but the new safe binding where you can either bind it with safe mode or bind it without safe mode, and once you do, then you can attach it to whatever toggle switch you want to attach it to. So there is a process for that as well. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in these manuals, guys. I always recommend going through the manuals. and just sort of getting a feel for little things like that, you know. So this is a 60 amp ESC, so it's a super fast ESC. BL15 1260 kV motor. You got 9-gram servos, and it does have the AR636 6-channel sport receiver in it. And like I said earlier, you can run this on a 3S or a 14S, so 11.1 or 14.8, whatever you choose. So yeah, guys, definitely good stuff in the manual, along with how to put the propeller on here in this little sheet, because I'm assuming that the propeller is not attached, and then of course your bind plug. So that's cool there. And they've always got this right here. Pop this open. Looks like right on top, guys, we're gonna have our wing assembly, which is put together. Make sure you pull these out on the end here, guys. There's little slabs on each end, and that's holding the wing in. You don't want to rip that out. And it looks like it's taped on this end. I think we can successfully pull that off. So here is our wing assembly, nice and wrapped up. Man, this is a pretty bird. I love the orange, the race orange, the Horizon Hobby logo, the V900. Yeah, this thing with the wings put together. You can see, guys, on here, let me get this out of the bag real quick. Grab some scissors. So we're gonna pull this wing assembly out real quick. You guys can see here, this plane, obviously it's a hand launch plane. There is no landing gear, but they do have a nice little handle there for launching this thing, and you can see, grab it right here and launch it. I love the look of this. The bottom of it is all black, which I love because you can kind of tell where, you know, which direction you're facing. So, man, this is a pretty thing. Pretty plane. Set that to the side. Here we have our tail, our elevator portion of the tail. Again, in a nice bag. Again, black on the bottom. I love that black on the bottom. You can really see your bird in the air. With something this fast, this acrobatic, you kind of want to know where it is. So, and pull these out. And here comes the fuselage. So as you can see, guys, for the build portion of this, pull this out, you are going to have to attach the tail through here, the elevator through there. The wings obviously go on right here. Looks like 2 screws for the wings. You can see those right there, one in the back, one in the front. And obviously the propeller is going to need to be put on as well. The cowl is already attached. And let's get inside this battery compartment. Man, big battery compartment, but very narrow. Real narrow in there. But you can get to everything pretty nicely. I like that the speed controller is easy access. That 60 amp speed controller. They've glued in, I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but they've glued in the plugs for the throttle, the elevator, and the rudder. Obviously the aileron not hooked up just yet. So that'll go through this bottom hole right here. You can see that. Your ailerons are gonna go right through there and plug right up into your your AR636. And this is a B, AR636B, not like the A. And I think the difference there is the safe mode. The B has the safe mode, and I don't think that the A does. Man, this thing's got a lot of weight to it in the front, obviously with that heavy ESC and that heavy motor, because this thing hauls. So, yeah. So the build on this thing should be pretty simple, guys. We are going to attach the wings, we're going to attach the elevator, and we're going to hook that propeller up, and the only thing you're going to need to plug in is those ailerons through that bottom wood panel there. I like how well this is made with that balsa wood right there. So that is your fuselage. Now you know the build. We'll do the build in the next segment, guys, on the next video. But let's get a good look here at the propeller assembly. It's going to come in this plastic bag up here in this corner. Pull this out. Get a good look at this, and it is a metal spinner, which I like. A lot of quality in this plane for $179. This is some quality that you'd see at a much more expensive plane normally. The propeller itself is plastic, but the spinner is metal, which I really like. Yeah, this looks cool. The silver with the orange is just a great look on this plane. As you can see, I mean, it's going to be just phenomenal looking plane. I really like the look of this. So it caught my eye first, obviously, and then I did some research on it and got the knowledge of how fast it was and how nimble it was, things of this nature. So in here, seeing a little bag of goodies. Obviously going to be our wing screws are in there, and some Velcro probably for the battery, I'm thinking. Although there's some straps in there, so I don't know. We'll have to look into this. Some extra clevis arms for the push rods there. So yeah, little bag of goodies in there. So that's it, guys. Basic build on this thing will be in the next video. We're gonna put this bird together, and then in the video following that, we're gonna program this thing to our DX6 GEN3, set our dual rates at 170. I'm gonna show you guys how to bind this in safe mode, because there is 2 binding procedures. And then once you have it in safe mode, if you don't assign a toggle switch, then you're stuck in safe mode for the remainder of your flying time. So you have to attach a toggle switch if you want to come in and out of safe, which I always do, because you can't do any acrobatics in safe. So that's it, guys. The V900, 120 plus miles an hour. You can get it at Horizon Hobby for $179.99. Check the link down in the description box. I will have a link to this plane at Horizon Hobby. I will also link my DX6 GEN3, which we'll be programming this to, and the battery that I'm going to choose for this thing that I plan to use, because I'm going to fly a 3S to start with till I get real nice and used to it, and then I'll bump up to a 4S, obviously. Thanks for stopping by the channel, guys. This is Jim with the VOC Flight Deck, and we will see you guys in the air. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, whatever you got to do, and we'll see you guys in the next video.